SOMA is a sci-fi survival horror game developed by Frictional Games. When taken as a horror game, it is largely something the player has experienced before. Hostile enemies populate labyrinthine corridors, which the player must navigate around in order to progress within the game. But take its science fiction narrative into account, and SOMA is something else entirely. SOMA largely revolves around the theme of consciousness, what makes us sentient, autonomous beings. It is something I'd imagine not many of us ponder on a daily basis, let alone while playing a video game, but SOMA makes some important points about the issue via what I see as the game's two most important scenes regarding consciousness. The first is the power suit scene.
Sorry about any discomfort. This should be over soon.
It's like having your picture taken.
But with the most expensive camera in the world.
You know, Indians thought photos would steal their souls.
In this case, they'd be right.
There must be something wrong. Can't you run a diagnosis or something?
What was that?
No, it just...
Why was it still talking?
Here we find the protagonist, Simon, who at this point has been revealed to be simply a copy of a brain scan initiated by the original Simon 100 years before the story's present. His mission in the game will eventually take him further down into the oceanic depths, so he needs a new diving suit that will be able to withstand the enormous pressure. To do that, his consciousness must be transferred to the new suit, as again, he is no longer a flesh and blood human. The transfer complete, Simon wakes up to hear his own voice coming from the old suit. Bewildered, he asks Catherine, who is likewise a brain scan of an original human, why the suit was still talking, to which Catherine explains that there was no transfer. Merely a copy of Simon's brain scan was made and sent over to the new suit. Simon, unable to accept this answer, gets frustrated with Catherine and demands to know why the brain transplant didn't work. All Catherine can do is repeat that Simon was not transplanted, but copied over. Later, on the long way down to the ocean floor, Simon remarks that it was dumb luck he was the one that woke up in the power suit and gets to continue on with the journey, versus being condemned to die at Site Omicron.
It's dumb luck, right? That I woke up in the right body. I basically flipped a coin, and if I had called the wrong side, I'd be rotting away at Omicron.
The idea of which of the copied Simons gets to continue on, likened to the flip of a coin, is a key concept that will be explored later on near the game's ending. Here, the player, as well as Simon, has flipped a coin, and unfortunately for the both of us, our coin flip was unsuccessful this time around. The Simon and the Catherine, who each won the coin toss, got ejected into space to live out the rest of their digital existences in a digital heaven. The Simon the player controls once more freaks out, wondering why it didn't transfer over, even getting angry at those fuckers who are seemingly bearing the fruits of his hard labor.
This is bullshit. We came all this way. We launched the Ark.
I know it sucks, but our copies are up there. Catherine and Simon are both safe on the Ark. Be happy for them.
Are you crazy? We're gonna die down here with those fuckers living at large on a spaceship. They're not us. They're not us.
Catherine once again has to remind our Simon that he was copied over, not transferred, leading into an argument between the two, which gets cut short when the power cuts off and Catherine is shut down, leaving Simon alone.
Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck you. Fuck you, Catherine. You lied. And I believed in you. I trusted you. You said we're getting on the fucking Ark.
We are on the Ark, you idiot! I didn't lie. I can't be responsible for your goddamn ignorance.
Fuck! Catherine? Please don't leave me alone. Catherine? Catherine?
What do these two scenes say about SOMA's overall idea toward consciousness? Let's consider the coin flip again. Let's consider also that I cloned myself. I take out a quarter and say to my clone, heads, you go to work today. Tails, I go to work today. flip the coin and hell yeah, it's heads. I get to stay home from work while my clone has to toil away for 8 hours. This of course implies 2 separate consciousnesses at work here. Though my clone and I are each made up of the same genetic material and both possess the same memories, we are each 2 separate individuals from another and are therefore not the same being. Likewise, when Simon is copied over into the power suit, he becomes a wholly different person from the Simon in the transfer seat. He is reborn, so to say, becoming a unique individual in his own right, creating new memories that his old self will never possess. What I believe the game is saying here is that consciousness cannot truly be transferred, merely imitated. You can clone yourself, you can give the clone your memories, but that clone will not be you, nor can you be the clone. Thanks for watching the latest episode of Games as Art, guys. Be sure to stay tuned this week for an important announcement regarding the channel, and keep an eye on the channel homepage. A trailer might be going up soon.